Season 3, Episode 2 of By With Maverick featured what is now one of my best friends in the streaming community. PlyRockNation is absolutely amazing, and you guys can tell from this interview that he's super down to earth and very entertaining. Ply, I really appreciate that you took time out of your schedule to do this interview with me, and I'm so glad that we can help boost your exposure. You guys definitely be sure to go show him some love. He is one of a kind. As always, guys, drop a comment down below on any ways that I can improve this series. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see when episode 3 featuring Pastor Gaines drops. I'll see you on the next one. Hello, wingmen. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Flyby with Bunny Mav. Season 3, Episode 2. You guys, this has become one of my favorite things to do. I cannot even explain how humble it's been to meet everyone that I have on this channel. Doing this interview has been amazing. Mod Daddy is here. Swift, welcome in, buddy. Whips, how's it going? Listen, we have an awesome guest tonight, guys. I have a question for you. What do you get when you put action, horror, and comedy into one? The new face of Afraid and Facebook gaming, it's PlyRock.
Here. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, man.
It's an honor to be here. This is fantastic. I'm very humbled.
PP Poo Poo Queen, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Wingmen.
This is unbelievable.
Dude,
look at your suit. Oh
no.
My gosh, you look sexy. Holy crap, I feel underdressed for this interview. Are you kidding me?
Oh, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. So, we have a lot of things to cover in this little interview here. I am super excited to pick your brain.
Yeah, man.
PP Poo Poo Queen says I am the real Ply.
Oh my gosh, they follow me everywhere. They follow me. They follow me. There's only one Ply, Mav, and you landed them for your show.
Oh, I'm super thankful.
There's only one Mav. There's only one Mav, and there's only one Ply. Let's do this.
Listen, Wingman, before we get started, if you want to at all show Ply some gamer love, check him out on his Facebook and Twitch, links below. Ply's the fucking man, and I want to learn more about you. So please tell us Ply's story. Let's start with IRL. Your name, what do you do for a living, etc. Tell us what it's like in the daily life of PlyRock Gamer.
Well, my government name is John. Nice to meet everybody.
John. I'm going to call you Ply.
My trade by day is and it's Christmas is UPS. I've been doing that for 21 years, and got wonderful children that I take care of, and that's what I do during the day and in the evening, and then at night when the beds are when they're asleep in their beds, and I put on these aviators just like you.
Oh, those aviators are fucking hot, bro.
Yeah, these are Tom Cruise's replica aviators from
Top
Gun.
You mean Mavericks?
Yeah, Mavericks.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Cruise, my favorite.
I'm gonna have to get a pair of those. See, I got these aviators to do a similar moniker, but yours look way better in my opinion. So that looks gorgeous.
I won't even take off the Top Gun sticker in the corner.
That's awesome.
Like, I won't do it. I just won't do it. I don't take the stickers off my hats either. It drives everybody crazy. I don't care.
I see. What is the point of doing that? Leaving the stickers on?
From the 90s, bro. I have no idea. I don't remember why we did it. I one strap my backpack and I leave my stickers on my hats. That's all I remember. I sobered up and I'm here with you.
I love it. Swift says same here. Okay, so yeah. Maybe I'm just missing out on this new fad of not taking stickers off of stuff. I don't know.
I think it's an old fad, but it should come back around now that you and I are doing it.
So, what's it like working with, you said UPS, right?
Yeah, and it's Christmas, so
dude, that has to suck.
Ravaged today.
How many hours are you working on a weekly basis right now?
60.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man. It is what it is. Yeah, that's just it. This is crunch time.
No way. No way.
Yeah. 6-7 days, 6.5 days, we'll call it. During the day.
So let's go ahead and segue off of that. How do you find a good balance between what it is to be PlyRock and IRL John? How do you balance that out?
Well, the first thing is it's not easy to strike balance, and for some people, maybe balance is a little more important than for other people. I get energy off of this. This actually rejuvenates me, doing things like this. Been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've had that feeling inside me my whole life, and I'm driven every time I sit down at PlyRock Studios and talk to you and talk to other streamers and edit clips and do our shows. And I don't care how tired I am. I find that second wind when I do these types of things. So, but you gotta, it's hard. You gotta find that
100%.
And left to my own devices, I probably would never leave this chair.
Preacher, thank you for that, Pablo. Welcome to the weekend.
It's good that I have my son, my daughter, and those other things too, and I focus on them when I'm with them. And then when their time is finished and they're ready to lay down. Obviously, parental duties always come first.
Of course. I've been
after that,
having similar issues. I mean, the whole house of mine was sick this last weekend, so that was fun to deal with. But
oh man, ran through the house, huh?
Oh man, and then it kind of hit me a little bit last night. I canceled the stream for the first time in a long time. So, gamer dad life, it's legit. And for those of you who don't know, it's a grind for sure to keep up with the energy it takes to do the whole content creation thing. I mean,
absolutely.
It's ridiculously hard, and it's worth it though. It's really awesome to be able to meet everyone that we have met and hang out and vibe out, and we're playing games too. So I mean, that's another whole disconnect.
Yeah, it's
Schwiffy. I'm sorry, bro.
The way I see it is every morning I wake up is a win, because either I'm one day closer to the fucking top of the mountain.
There you go.
Or that day is the top of the mountain. So it doesn't, to me.
Preacher, we're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow that language in my chat.
Oh boy. So by the way, thank you for everybody for stopping by Mav's channel. Make sure you're following him too. He's incredible. He's also a member of the Controller Gang, which I'm sure we'll get to later. But it's all about, if you find something you're passionate about, it's not as hard to find the energy to do it.
That's a great way to define it too, because a lot of everyone that I meet and everyone that does this, it's a passion, and that's the only way to put it, right? So when I first started doing this, and I'm sure you can relate, I didn't know I would fall in love with it the way that I have. So
oh yeah,
it truly has become a passion. When did you start streaming?
About 5 years ago.
5 years.
5 years ago this month, actually. It was Christmas.
Wow. Well, happy almost 5 year. That's amazing,
Thanks, man. Well, I came downstairs and saw my daughter was watching. She was sitting on the computer and she was watching this guy play Minecraft on the computer. And so when I came downstairs, I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "Oh, I'm watching this guy play Minecraft." I said, "I bought you 19 copies of that game for everything in this house, including the toaster oven. Why are you watching this guy?" Because I'd rather watch him. So then my little entrepreneurial Scrooge McDuck brain went off.
There you go.
And I started watching the guy. And I've been a gamer my whole life, since I was born with a Nintendo controller. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this guy, and it was a recording, but he, you could see his chat. It was pre-recorded, but his chat was flying. It must have been Twitch, or the bits were flying. This was flying, and everybody was laughing, having. I said, "Why don't I do this?" Don't get me wrong, not that easy.
Right.
Back then, I thought you'd just play a video game. But I was like, I already have a PlayStation 4. I already have at the time, I had an Alienware Steam box. I don't know if you remember those.
That was my
PC. So, real quick, Steam came out with their own. They were trying to make a console with Windows on it. It was like a little PC computer with an i3 in it. So I used that for my stream. I used my PlayStation, and the first game I streamed, it was awful. I was sitting on my couch way in the back. Couldn't see me. The dog's laying on me. I barely talked. And so from there, you just learn. You force yourself forward. And I started on Twitch before I jumped.
Well, I want to
Twitch for a year,
and I want to get to that too, because you're on two different platforms. So I'm definitely gonna pick your brain on that one.
Sure,
but
I'm on 3.
You're on 3. Well, I didn't even get your third link in here. What is that?
That's okay. It's YouTube. It's PlyRockNation on YouTube.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, everyone in Wingmen, go check him out on YouTube also, and I think I need to also because I didn't even know you were on YouTube.
Yeah, we got a pretty decent following on YouTube.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
So I mean, I suppose you can accomplish quite a bit in 5 years. Now, I've only been streaming for a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
And
the first 3 years were like absolute. Like it was brutal.
See, that's the thing that I want to touch base on, because when people start doing this, they don't really know what goes into it. So, when did it really start to click for you?
Well, it was probably in year 3. Well, year 1, I decided.
Thank you, Batman. It's my favorite thing to do.
So once you make the decision. Every day there was no failures. There was only lessons. Boom, boom, boom. I screwed this up. Let's never make that mistake again. So I just kept pushing forward. But I was listening to a podcast with a pretty famous streamer who I believe he's still on Twitch. Professor Broman is his name. And he has a podcast, and he kept talking about... Yeah.
That sounds super familiar.
He used to, but at the time, a couple years ago, he was big into Destiny too. So, but he has hundreds of thousands of followers, got almost as good of a podcast as yours. So anyway,
my God.
Anyway, he keeps talking on his show. He's like, look, there's too many fish on Twitch. There's too many fish on Twitch. Facebook Gaming is starting this thing. If you want to get discovered, get your butt over to Facebook Gaming. Get your butt over to Facebook Gaming. So I said, you know what? I hit it so hard for like a year and a half on Twitch, and I had, 100 something followers. I'm making much money, et cetera, et cetera. The learning process was great, but boy, this was a time sink every night, 3 hours, networking,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Meeting people, the whole nine, what goes into it. So I jumped over to Facebook Gaming, and, from there, we were able to amass a really good following over the next couple of years. But I played everything. I made every rookie mistake on Facebook Gaming you could too, because I didn't know going into that what you were supposed to do. Facebook Gaming didn't tell us anything.
Well, do they still? Because I created a Facebook Gaming page like a month and a half ago, and I don't know much about it other than that I keep feeding it content, and the followers are starting to come in. But beyond that, I'm kind of ignorant to how Facebook Gaming operates, so I'm kind of just handling it with kid gloves right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. There's a couple of things that are different between Twitch and Facebook Gaming. The big thing is that Twitch does not run off an algorithm. So when you go live on Twitch, Mav, you're responsible basically for drawing in your audience.
Right.
However many people you have watching you at any particular time is going to put you in the search for just chatting, which is what we're doing now, right? So everybody with one more person or up above you is above you in the search. Well, that's not the way Facebook Gaming works. Just like Twitter, just like YouTube, they have algorithms. So Facebook will show you to, first of all, your followers, and then if your followers are responding somewhat to what you're doing, it starts to cast a wider net.
Oh, okay.
So it'll pop you out to more people that it thinks will like, let's just use Warzone for an example. So boom, because, Facebook's, kind of creepy. It knows everything about everybody. So it'll, okay, that's
these people, a whole nother thing.
So, for example, the reason why sometimes I don't grow on Facebook is because I play really obscure horror titles. And Facebook doesn't like really obscure horror titles.
Right.
Facebook likes AAA titles and mobile games. So when I play something like Visage,
which I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
It's one of the scariest video games ever made. It's also on Xbox Game Pass for everybody who
wants
to try it.
I'll probably never play that.
So wild stream. But anyway,
I'd piss my pants right on stream if I played something like that.
So, dude. And it's fantastic. And on Twitch, that's pretty good. When people play it, Twitch, people like it. They search for it on Twitch, etc. But Facebook's like, nah, bro, we don't even know what this is. So they're like, you're basically.
So you're stuck to your own demise, and your followers pretty much are going to be coming in clutch watching you on those types of games.
But for example, if you go the other way, a couple of weeks ago, I did a co-stream with a great streamer here on Twitch. His name's Menzies Media. And
I just got Menzies on TikTok, so definitely vouch for that.
He's fantastic. And so I did a in Facebook like Splitgate.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up having 30,000 people over the course of 3 hours that night. We hit over
30,000 people.
Yeah, which is not the norm, by the way. But I was getting followers from the Philippines, from Indonesia, from
nuts.
Brazil.
And I just
Brazil,
looked.
my #1 audience.
Really? That's so wild to think of because, well, I just looked at your Facebook page earlier because I mean I do my little research and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
and I saw that you're,
me, huh?
oh yeah, of course, you're just under 12K now followers on Facebook.
I have 11, just under 12K likes and just under 13K followers. It's like a little different, but I think they're getting rid of.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is, to be honest with you.
I don't either. But so people can like and follow. They can follow but not like. They can follow but not want to see your crap. Like
That's
it's
weird.
just Facebook's trying to streamline it for Facebook gaming. So that's the other that's one of the big problems with Facebook is it's not just Facebook gaming. Like if Twitch has an issue, it's Twitch. They handle it from the top down, right? Facebook has 38,000 different legal departments. They're always getting in trouble with the government. They're always fighting this or censoring this one or blocking that. So they're always in the middle of all this turmoil. And then here's Facebook gaming, like the stepchild on the side. And we get, like right now, we have that spam bug. So when people come into my chat, they sometimes will get hit with this weird bug that'll tell them.
Right, I saw that. I saw that from like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so Facebook Gaming is aware of it. They're trying to fix it, but their engineers aren't allowed to do that because Facebook's security department is blocking them, saying, no, you can't mess with the algorithm. We'll fix it. So they got to go through legal to get through HR to get to spam department.
That's ridiculous. I think you should actually just go with PP Poo Poo Queen and, let them go fight Zuckerberg in the parking lot. But no.
Yeah, don't let her take over. That's one of the drawbacks to Facebook. But on the flip side of that, on any given night, you can have an audience that'll blow you away.
That's amazing.
So it's a big risk, big reward style streaming service, which fits my personality because I love big risk and big reward and big failure.
Well, I got to tell you, your personality is second to none.
Thanks, man.
I truly appreciate everything that you do on your streams, and quite frankly, I wish that I could watch them more because, guys, I'm not even lying. One of the most entertaining people I've ever seen in my life. And
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
I told him this last night, but I'm going to tell you guys too. It comes naturally for him. Like I have to try really hard to be likable and entertaining. This guy pulls it off. He could pull it off in his sleep. It's phenomenal. So definitely check him out.
It comes down to having a great community too, and the Pioneers are fantastic, and what they get me going in chat, and they know what to say and when to say it and how to say it. And plus, I've met such wonderful friends like you, like Preacher Oron, like others people. I met him in person. I just get in my car, just go right to his house.
You just did a road trip recently, didn't you? Where you met a lot of your followers, but Pioneers that are now friends and everything. So that was really cool to see too.
And we have more trips planned. The goal eventually is a giant PlyCon where Pioneers can get together from all over the world.
That'd be sick.
This next year, we're working on Vegas. We're working on Atlantic City for the East Coast.
That'd be amazing. That'd be really cool.
That's the goal.
So tell me, and tell us, really, where did Ply come from? Like, what your character is based on, who you are inspired by when you stream. I got to hear what's behind all of this.
Well, I can start with the name because I guess maybe that's the easiest. How PlyRock was born. So, number one, I've been a wrestling fan when I was a little kid my entire life, and my business idol in
that's
life
not always
is
a bad
Kennedy
thing.
McMahon. So, on my stream, one of my rules is, what would Vince do? So, if Vince would do it to promote WWF, I would do it. I've worn dresses on the show.
You've worn dresses?
Yeah,
oh, shit, and I've missed that?
My community hit the goal for the month, I believe it was August, and I had to do an episode of Ply Says Yes to the Dress, which is on the YouTube channel.
Let's go.
So my daughter we went to the store, and my daughter picked out 3 giant prom dresses that I had to wear live on stream, and then I had to choose one of them.
Oh my gosh.
So if Vince would do it, Ply will do it. That's the rule, you know. So, but the name Ply actually came from when I was in high school. Everybody used to call me The Rock. I was a huge Rock fan back in the day with him and Stone Cold.
Can you do the people's eyebrow?
No, actually, I can't do it, but I have his tattoo.
But can you try it for me? Try it for us. Just try it. Your hat's in the way. Oh.
I can't do it. I know, I can't do it. So, don't clip that.
No,
anyway,
it's already clipped. It's already done.
I was at work one day getting ready to get this thing started. I said, I need a screen name for this. What do I do? I can't call myself The Rock. That's what everybody used to call me in high school when I played football. That's my Sony PlayStation name. Like, I had no, but it's trademarked. And a buddy of mine said, well, weren't you born in Plymouth, Connecticut? And I go, yeah. And he goes, why don't you just be the Plymouth Rock? And I went, huh. You have landed on the Plymouth Rock's gaming channel. That was like the first thing that went through my head. So obviously the Plymouth Rock Gaming is a ridiculously long fucking hashtag. Right. So I started there, but over time I was like Puff Daddy. I became P. Diddy. I became Diddy. I became, you know what I mean? So it went from the Plymouth Rock Gaming to PlyRock Gamer to PlyRock to everybody calls me Ply to the PlyRockNation is where we kind of settled because it's a group effort. So.
Let's go. Schwiffy totally clipped that. Thank you guys. Thanks, Schwiff. Look, welcome in. So that's an awesome beginning story of what has become the most electrifying man in streaming entertainment.
Let's go, baby. And Ply himself, me, is basically John with the volume turned up.
Well, that's what I wanted. That's what my next question is. Are you anything like this IRL? Are you as energetic as, for lack of a better description, loud as you are on stream? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say a tiny bit more muted in real life, but basically
I don't like John.
yeah, John sucks. He's not here right now.
What a loser.
Go fucking lay down. You're done. I'm keeping this body for a while.
There we go.
So, but basically, back when Rocky Maivia, I don't know if you remember when The Rock was Rocky Maivia, he had come in.
That was a long time ago.
So he was terrible. He was like this baby face, jumping around, smiling, whatever. The crowd was booing him out of every building. He went to Vince McMahon and he said, look, I got an idea. I just want to be myself turned up to an 11. Can I do that? And Vince said, sure, because Vince had a good ear for good ideas, you know? And so The Rock did it, and The Rock was born. So I took that philosophy and said, all right, if I'm scared in a video game at a 6 or a 7, I gotta transmit that through the camera, right?
Brenda,
so
welcome
I'm
in, bro.
I'm gonna transmit that as a 10 or 11 if I'm scared as a 6. You know, like you push it through so it emotes through the camera so your audience can feel what you're feeling. And then I started to design systems to make sure that I was for example, I wear haptic headphones on purpose. Mm-hmm. So when the jump scare hits, my whole head shakes.
Oh, jeez.
That helps me go, or like whatever is happening there. I have a foot pedal that'll zoom in on the camera if we want to do the scare cam. So it's right under my foot.
That's awesome.
So it'll pop in, you know, that one of those, you had one of those little hotkeys for OBS.
Yep.
So it'll pop to my face because most people watch our streams on a cell phone. So I want them to see the fear in my eyes. So I had that idea. So little things like that. So I am generally scared when these things are happening. I'm not petrified.
Well, you gotta be getting used to it by now, right?
Sometimes.
By the way, chat's calling you a liar. Preacher says you are just as loud in real life. 2 a.m. outside their house, and this man was almost yelling. That's okay, though.
I don't sleep very
well, hold on.
much,
You eat sushi with a fork?
I eat sushi with my hands. That's how a man eats sushi.
I do have another important question, real quick.
Okay.
Sure. And you kind of answered it earlier. With his fingers. How do you feel about being interviewed by a grown-ass man in a bunny suit?
I think you are the sexiest man on the planet right now. I have no problem with this whatsoever. I'm actually just jealous that I'm not in the bunny suit with you.
Well, I mean, we could arrange that. I'm just saying.
Hugh Hefner's not doing the job anymore. We might as well.
There we go. Episode 4, you guys. Book it.
That's it, man. Oh, boy, we're in trouble.
So Facebook is your home. Do you obviously prefer Facebook over Twitch and YouTube? but you still stream on those. Can we talk about that? The multi-stream. How does that work out? Because a lot of people out there are curious. Schwift, no, he's first in the bunny suit with me. Schwift calls it. So you got to be second, Ply.
All right, fine. I'll go second. I don't mind.
So a lot of people out there, a huge topic right now, switching to other platforms from Twitch. What's your opinion on that? And as someone who streams to all three, what are the benefits that you can see from that? And what have you seen from that?
So my philosophy is, I know that the old school streamer was very brand oriented. Like, I stream on Twitch,
of course,
I stream on Facebook, I stream, wherever. But to me, I started thinking about it, and even though Facebook is my preferred home, don't get me wrong, I was like, when you see a Coca-Cola commercial, you don't just fucking see it on CBS. You see it on ABC, you see it on NBC, you see it during this football game, you see it during this whatever. So why is the PlyRockNation brand only on one network or only on one one spot?
The term that comes to mind is you're just limiting yourself if it's only in one spot.
There are drawbacks to it, which I'm sure we'll get to in a second, but my thought was Facebook and YouTube, which I don't have as much experience in streaming live on YouTube yet. I just started it a few weeks ago because of this bug with the Facebook chat. And I wanted to give the pioneers more of an opportunity to go to different places to catch the show. So I didn't want them to be hampered down by Facebook's inability to fix this problem right now as of December 14th. So I was like, I'm going to do YouTube as well, even though that's where I was putting my shorts and my little videos. I was like, let's just go live over there too. So, because some people like the YouTube gaming. So I don't have enough experience yet to totally tell you my exact thoughts on it, but YouTube has an algorithm too. So it's the most powerful and most used search engine in the world, right?
Well, yeah, so I mean, YouTube is everyone's on YouTube. So
why wouldn't we be there?
Well, that's the same. That's the same thing about everyone's on Facebook. So why wouldn't anyone else be there for that matter?
And even if it doesn't do anything for you, if it's the click of a button to go live on all three, and you can combine. Now I know Twitch has some rules, cough, or whatever, but because Twitch tries to trap you in on the affiliate, so I understand that part of it. But Facebook doesn't. Facebook doesn't care where you stream.
YouTube doesn't either. Until you get to that bigger, like higher tier, I mean, you're not going to be really bounded by anything per se.
No. Now, on the downside of that, you do split up your audience a little bit,
right?
Because you'll have 15 people on Facebook, 7 people on Twitch, 2 people on YouTube, or whatever. So you're not having. But my thought is, those 2 people on YouTube wouldn't be on Facebook anyway.
Right. Well, they're there for a reason. It's a preferred. It's a preferred platform. So.
Exactly. So I always look at the Restream report at the end of the night, not the Twitch report or not the Facebook report from our shows. I want to see the Restream because it combines all the comments. I can see every chat. I can see, I can see everything. So I want to see overall. I want those arrows going up in every aspect.
I'd like to see, well, not yours, but I'm a statistics guy, so I love looking at analytics after every stream and seeing my peak hours or how many chatters I had or, et cetera. And then I would love to see it for all 3 platforms broken down to see, okay, what's working where and at what time, et cetera. Like that's really cool. That's awesome.
Restream gives you most of what you just said.
So what is Restream then? It's just
So Restream.io is the name of the website. They don't sponsor me, but I do use them, and they basically I think I pay like $15 a month, and I can stream to up to 20 different platforms at once. So once you program it into the Restream, you have little tabs you can turn on, and then from there, when you go live from OBS, which is what I use, you get the Restream stream key, goes into that, and then it hits the Restream server, and then Restream pops the information and everything in the stream to the services.
That's
that you have
awesome.
selected.
That's awesome.
And then it keeps count for you because you use OBS or Streamlabs.
I use OBS.
Okay, so Restream has those tiles that you click into the OBS on the sides. So I have the chat from Restream on one side clicked into OBS, I forgot what it's called, the tile system. On the other side, I have the viewer count, and I can see like if the stream is healthy or not, just to make sure my internet isn't goofing up or anything like that. So Restream gives you that, so you can add those extensions to OBS. You don't have to open Restream to do anything. You just hit go on. You just use OBS.
That's fantastic. I'm gonna have to find out some more information. And I guys, I just put that link in chat also if you want to check out if you've never heard of it. I know Preacher said, I'm sorry, Fire. Oh, hey, Fire, how's it going? Restream is good stuff. So some of the people in here know what it is. I personally have never heard of it, so I'm going to be checking it out for sure. But that's awesome. I mean, I was recently talking to Cadaver, who is a graphic artist who designed my new Bunny Mav logo that's on my newer merch. But she was telling me the idea behind getting content across all platforms is the idea of syndicating your content, and it just makes the most sense. So I have to give you a round of applause for hitting all three platforms and staying with it, because I don't know why people don't, and I say that honestly because I don't, and I've often thought about it, especially recently with the recent success that I've been seeing on Facebook. It's really kind of made me question, okay, what would happen if I streamed on Facebook? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like Facebook because, well, I would hope so, but I you don't know until you try, and I'm kind of nervous about giving it that shot. You know what I mean? But
you have friends over there now. You have people over there now. Just come over and we'll go hand in hand.
Well, can you co-stream on Facebook? Like you said, you were.
Yeah.
And you can't do that on Twitch until...
Yes, you can. Well, not on Twitch, but I don't know about Twitch. But on Facebook, we can tag each other. There's a special thing where it'll pop lives and have the viewers can jump easily back and forth between us.
Get out of here. That's amazing.
Up to 6 streamers.
No way. Really? Mm-hmm. And there's no limitation on like how the size of your channel for doing that?
No, they just released it to everybody. Yeah, partners usually get things first. Like when they're testing out things, and then they trickle down to us, to the level up guys, and then down to the not level up people.
That's crazy. Because Twitch, Schwiff in chat started on Facebook a while ago, and he says it's a lot easier than Twitch in many ways. My question, about Facebook per se is, what is considered? Because you and I started talking about this a little while ago. So viral on TikTok, I looked it up, and I honestly, guys, viral is 2 to 4 million views within a 24-hour period. Can you believe that? That's considered viral? That's a shit ton of views, like almost impossible. Close. No, not even close. It took that long, over like 2 months to get any of those. It took a while, but Brendo, it's surprising how big that number is, and I'm gonna have to find the source and tell you guys. But what's considered larger numbers that you've seen with your experience on Facebook?
Well, my biggest stream ever, I guess I can go off of. I only know what I do in terms of the actual numbers. The biggest stream I ever had was a fluke. I don't know how or why it happened.
A fluke?
Yeah, it was. Well, I love this. I love this game called Predator Hunting Grounds.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's where you play as Arnold and the guys, and you go into the jungle, and one person plays as the Predator, and it's like Dead by Daylight, but with Call of Duty mix.
I'm sold.
Fucking awesome. Anytime, dude. Let's go to the jungle together.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to be playing Warzone with me. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and play some other...
Play something with me.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to go back to the 80s with me somehow. So anyway...
let's do it.
Yeah, man. So, anyway, so this game had been out for a while. It does pretty good because my community loves it. We have a great time. I play with my mods. They really like it. So we play sometimes, and I pull it out once every month or two, and we jam it for the night. But it's never been like this blockbuster.
Thank you, Schwiff. I appreciate that, man.
Because it's a smaller title from a smaller studio.
Right.
So it's never been like, I don't expect when I play this game for to light it up, you know? And it ended up one night we had 80,000 people in November. It was November of 80,000 over the course of 3.5 hours or whatever.
Oh my god, I'd shit in my pants. I don't even know what I would do if that many people were watching me.
Well, you can always kind of, it's not at once, so you can see the meter just doing this.
Right.
Because a lot of people just come in for 10 seconds. Facebook counts it if somebody Facebook puts you on somebody's feed, right? So as they're scrolling up, like think how you do it on your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stop for 3 seconds or more, Facebook counts that as an interaction. If you stop for 10 seconds or more, it's a view.
It's a view, yeah.
So it starts to, and then if people keep doing that, Facebook expands the net to push you out to more people. So this one night it was like almost 80,000. And every time I try to duplicate that, I'm like, well, shit, we're playing Predator every night now. So I would go back, and the next night I would play Predator with the same title, with the same this, with the same that, and it would kind of just go back down to normal.
That's
so
crazy.
It's very hard to replicate, but sometimes Facebook does like highlight you, and I wish they would tell me before they do it. Like, just give me a little bit of a heads up, dude, so I can like shave and like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not playing some obscure fucking Mickey Mouse horror title like Bendy and the Ink Machine. Like, I'm actually playing, you know. So, but like I said a couple weeks ago with Menzies Media, he's on Twitch, I'm on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And we blew it up, man. It was insane. And and I can always tell because you start getting followers from other countries because Facebook gaming is huge internationally.
Yeah. Not as big as I thought it would be in the States, but then you have it competing with the likes of Twitch and YouTube. So I'm not nearly surprised, but I am. It's kind of nice to hear that it's bigger in other countries. That's pretty awesome.
Huge. It's huge. If anybody was starting Facebook gaming right now, I would tell them that to play, if they were just interested in audience size, like if you were like, I just want the biggest audience possible, I don't care about income, I don't care about anything else, just play mobile games on Facebook, because most people around the world, mobile games, like, no, I hear you, but Call of Duty Mobile, Free Fire, I know, I'm just saying the way it is. Most people around the world don't have PCs, they don't have PlayStations. They play their games on mobile.
That's true.
And if someone's just interested in an audience size,
I never thought of that, to be honest with you. That's pretty interesting. So, do you know if Facebook treats like Reels or videos the same way, like interaction versus views?
Reels are just started on Facebook. So they just started about let's call it a month
and that came
ago.
from Instagram. Am I wrong?
Which Facebook owns.
Right, but Reels was primarily on Instagram for the longest time, from what I understand.
Yes. So Facebook and Instagram together, it's the same thing. But Facebook and Instagram are worried about, obviously, TikTok. So is YouTube. So they're all building these different...
It's all short form now. Everyone's going after it.
Everybody's going after it. So Facebook just rolled out their version of Reels, which is a little bit different than Instagram Reels. It doesn't have quite the same features as Instagram Reels. However, you can link your Instagram Reel to automatically be recommended if Facebook likes it on Facebook Reels. The problem is, they invited me a couple of weeks ago to their content creator payment program. They rolled it out to 1,000 people to start, and I was
on
one
Facebook.
Of the 1,000. Yes.
Oh wow! Congrats, first of all. That's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty honored by that, actually. I was like, one of 1,000.
Yeah, how many people? That's awesome.
And they're continuously adding more people. But to be one part of the first wave was pretty neat. So they said, look, if you can give us Facebook Reels, not Instagram Reels linked to Facebook Reels, they don't like those. They want actual just for Facebook itself. They'll pay each creator up to $35,000 a month. But you got to hit numbers like you were talking about on TikTok. So don't think like,
sign me up.
So
that'd be sick.
Oh my gosh, we do this podcast for fucking 48 hours straight.
Hell yeah, we would.
But so the Reels generate income for you right now until the month of April. So they're trying to get it off the ground. So they put $1 billion in a pot. They split it up amongst a bunch of creators and said, go get it. So I'm still experimenting with it.
Wow.
I've been doing it for about a month. I had one reel do really well, which pisses me off because it's like the one I put no effort into.
It's usually how it works, even on TikTok. Right? It's ridiculous.
What the?
So I kind of find it interesting. I'm kind of treating Facebook as more of an experiment right now. So I'll take basically the same video that I would post on TikTok, and I'll post it on Facebook as well. And I just got an email from Facebook 2 days ago saying that By With Mav Facebook page has reached some like 1.3 million people in like the last 4 weeks, which is just asinine to think because I've only done like 7 or 8 videos maybe.
Yeah, it's great.
But
now you're doing videos or reels?
Like, reels is what I'm doing.
Okay,
and
you're doing the ones from TikTok with your that guy.
That's the funny thing. So that guy, that one, you know which one I'm talking about, William Knife Man, viral on TikTok. Well, not technically viral, but 1.1 million views.
Viral to me.
Viral to me as well. On Facebook, it didn't even crack 5,000. But the cool thing is, a original content video. I do a video called Get Clapped, which you've seen a couple of them. One of my favorite videos to do. I think they're fucking hilarious.
Love them.
They don't go off on TikTok, but one of them is just about to reach 1 million on Facebook. Yeah. Which is just insane.
Now, you did that originally through Facebook's camera and Facebook's everything for the reels?
No, I did not. So I do it the same way I do on every single platform. Is I have a app on my phone, and I'm 100% mobile editing right now. Wow. So I'll download my clips from wherever I go. Yeah. Whether it be a Thenoscope or my PC, I'll get them from like the Google Drive or whatever. Yeah. And then I'll edit them on that app, and then I'll upload them to the platform that I choose. Mm-hmm. I don't do really anything with the camera or anything through any of the platforms yet. Okay. And recently I just downloaded DaVinci Resolve, so I'm going to be going to PC editing soon once I get over the learning curve hump that I'm not even sure what the hell I'm doing. But right now, full mobile editing, and it's just really weird to see what gets views from what platform, and it's very different. It's just mind-blowing.
I had one do absolutely nothing on TikTok. The one that blew up on Facebook. So I did a meme of I refaced myself on Arnold, and it's a keyboard versus controller. I
saw that one. It was hilarious.
Yeah, come on, kill me. Come on now.
Do it now.
Yeah. So it. I don't know if TikTok doesn't like reface or what. TikTok was like, nah, bro. It was like 20 views. Like it was like trash.
TikTok is like that with a lot of things. It's so unfortunate.
So I put it on Facebook, and it's generated like $300 in like a week.
Good for you.
Like, and I'm like, I did it in 30 seconds while I was like, sitting on the throne, goofing off on Restream. And then I was like, yeah, this is funny. I'll just do this one because I want to start shit with keyboard people. So I threw it up there, and like all the other ones that I'm putting effort into, and I'm like performing and like doing this and holding up my controllers and all the other crap. They're like, you get 10 likes. They're people like, yeah, they like them. But this other one's like, I'm like, you fucking kidding? So I tried another reface because, once you get success, you're like, all right, let's try that again. And the other ones are just like, nope, it's just that one.
We're gonna segue to another topic, which I just had Squeaky Whips, who is one of my mods. I might have to remove that duty. Who says mouse and key is better than controller?
Oh boy, here we go.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Controller Gang, everything behind this movement. I want to hear everything that started this battle and what are your expectations with this battle that we're gonna see?
Now you're getting me juiced up.
Man. Oh, I want to see it.
You're getting me juiced up, baby. Listen, for years I've internalized this bullshit on the internet where these keyboard warriors keep telling us controller players that every time we win, it's because aim assist. That every time we lose,
they just put it in chat too.
That's all they ever say. They only think there's one genre of game.
Boss, welcome in, bro.
There's one subgenre of game, and that's all everyone ever does, right? So it's only FPS every single time. Mm-hmm. Never mind fighting games, racing games, side-scrolling games, fucking Tetris, you name it. Everything else is bullshit. They always just come after us about first-person shooters, and I finally had enough a few months ago. I said, you know what, I'm done. We are just as good at gamers as the keyboard players. And there's more of us. And
100%.
Controllers are the way video games were meant to be played. All right? I sit on my keyboard and mouse all day at work and write my reports. That's what I do. When I come home, I want to pick up this Cadillac right here. This fucking Mercedes right here. That's what I want to do. And kick my feet up with my dirty socks.
There you go.
On my lazy boy. and I want to clap some cheeks to quote you. That's what I want to do. So
Let's go.
I said, I'm sick of us being bullied, and I'll carry the mantle. I'll take the slings and arrows, and I'll put together a fucking A-team of the best streamers who play with controller I can get my hands on. And we're going to do this the hard way. We're going to take on the keyboard warriors live in a huge event coming up soon on Facebook Gaming and Twitch. That's what happened.
That's going to be sick.
I'm just fired up, and I'm so glad you decided to join us in it. Because it's an honor. I honestly thought you were a keyboard player.
Oh my God, get out of here.
I swear, when I saw your clips and the sniper shots you were hitting, and I started to keep an eye on you, especially through, GXO, through Strangewook. Shout out to Strangewook, by the way. I love that dude. GXO is an amazing community with amazing products. But so I started keeping an eye on you because I'm recruiting for both, because, I don't want to just kick all keyboard warriors' asses. So
why not?
I want it to be a little bit interesting when we get in there. So I was watching you, and I'm like, and then I came in to talk to you, and I honestly asked you, and you were like, "Nah, man, controller all day," and I was like, "Oh yeah." Just look, your movement style, everything that was going on, I was like, "You're a beast."
Oh well, thank you, but I don't think so.
Oh,
so Whips is my mod in chat. He is a phenomenal keyboard and mouse player. Mm-hmm. He actually, the video I just posted on TikTok today, it was a video where I jokingly, I saved him in Warzone, and I admitted that I was the bot. He's the actual demon of our squad.
I saw that one,
aside from Metley. Metley plays on keyboard and mouse sometimes too. Maybe we can get him in on this because that'd be a lot of fun. But I agree with you. It's kind of nuts to see that people narrowed that down to like just an FPS type of situation, and there's so much more to it than that. But
it's not easy to play with a controller, dude. It's not like this, like we're just like some Neanderthals that came out of a cave.
Whips. Yes, it is going to be like a tournament style situation, and I'll have to look for. Well, I'll let you talk about it more. What are you expecting from this event? And Wook wants to know if you're still looking for mouse and keyboard players. I think we have enough controller gang right now.
Yeah, well, first of all, anybody can hashtag controller gang. Anybody can hashtag M&K and join a side. So that's going to be the ultimate goal, is getting all these communities together from all these different streamers and just really putting on a WWE style controller mania, keyboard mania, whatever what you want to call it, style event here in the next 60 to 90 days, which we've started to plan now. But we have a great roster of controller players. You, me, Menzies Media.
I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, GTA Fox. And then we got some great keyboard and mouse people already starting too. Sarah Plays No Games. She's on Twitch. She's fantastic. She's actually the one who poked me a little too much is where I broke. So she called me out the other night too. And I was like, listen, you don't want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I've been playing, I was born with a Hulk Hogan bandana and a Nintendo controller. Anybody who wants this.
Let's go, brother.
Let's do it. Yeah. I was like, I'm done. So, but we got her. We got Brodacious Gaming, Preacher Oron, who might be in your chat still. One of my very good friends there. Preacher's a nasty COD player. But he just they're elitists. They just sit up here in this little throne and they talk about us like they're like, you let them eat cake. That's what they do. And I'm done.
You're done with it.
I'm so done.
You guys are gonna piss off Joe Rogan here.
Yeah, it's such bullshit, And I'm like, you know what, guys? Fine, we'll do COD or whatever. We'll do, Splitgate or those first persons. You're coming into my Mortal Kombat tournament, though. You want to talk shit about how mouse and keyboard is this greatest thing ever. You better get over here, too.
That's the exciting part about this is you're covering a few different games about it, or a few different games with this whole tournament. So that's exciting, too.
My vision, our vision, because you're part of this, our vision now is coming together where we also want to do co-streams with allies. We want to do co-streams with the enemy, so to speak. We want the communities to get to know each other, to cheer each other on. We want to play with followers too. We want to hashtag everything, duet each other on TikTok. Instagram each other, just gifs and fight posters, and just we're gonna blow this thing up, dude. This thing is gonna be the biggest thing ever, and there will be one victor, and then this bullshit is gonna be over. And I will practice. I won't sleep. I will practice day and night to make sure I'm ready.
I got a couple people in chat. The wingmen want to know, when is this going to be going down? Because I got Whips interested, Boss Beatdown is interested. They're both mouse and keyboard players, so their interest is peaked right now.
Well, stay tuned to Maverick, obviously, Flyby, because he just came into our planning group. So in the next few days, you're going to start to see a rollout. We do expect this type of event. We're thinking a 3 to 4 night different event on different days with different genres on different days. So that's what we're kind of starting to put together, like an NBA Finals best of 7 style event. But up till that event, there'll be preliminary fights, there'll be preliminary streams, times to talk shit, to get your digs in.
That's going to be awesome.
So we're thinking, because it's the holidays right now, so everybody's busier. We understand. But we're thinking we need a build up time, right? We need to get people to know and get people juiced up to choose a side. And then from there, we're probably going to flow into it sometime. I would guess, Mav, tell me if I'm wrong, mid to late February, because we're going to need at least a 60-day lead time. To make sure that the world knows that we're going after them. You want
to pump it up. That's for damn sure. So I think that's going to be a really good time to go after it. And Wingmen, obviously, most of you guys are in my Discord, our Discord, I should say. If not, please feel free to join up. I will be posting that in the announcement page. Actually, I'll probably end up linking that same channel that Ply's talking about, so we can keep everyone up to date there as well. Mm-hmm. So just as like I drop announcements from GXO, that's what we're gonna do for this as well. And I'll talk to Ply more about that later on as well.
And we're going to put up the links to the other streamers, whether they're mouse and keyboard, whether they're controller, because they're actually a group of phenomenal people.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So we're putting together the highest quality, the next generation of the best streamers on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We're going out there to find the people who, A, are extremely skilled at what they do, either controller or mouse and keyboard, and 2, they're extremely entertaining, because ultimately that's the goal.
Competitive,
entertain the audience.
Competitiveness aside, we are going to all come together to give you guys, for the fun, put on a hell of a show, and just have an overall good time with everyone involved. It's going to be a really, really, really eventful event.
It'll be nuts, dude. That's fantastic. Maybe we'll call it the eventful event.
There we go. I think we're onto something here.
But you should see the comments starting to flow in on TikTok too. Like they're people are adamant. People are passionate about the input style, whether it's controller or keyboard and mouse.
Brodacious Gaming, his TikTok video just went over 1,000 views a few nights ago. Highest view video he's ever had before. So that's really exciting to see.
Yeah, after he duetted me talking shit. So I don't mind. I love it. I love it, absolutely.
Well, the fun part about it is as much of a competitive thing as it is, everyone's going to get more exposure by doing this together. So, and that's the ultimate goal. We're all a group of hungry content creators who want to go out there and give a good show. So it's all about having a good time and getting that exposure that we all deserve and we all want to see for each other to happen. So that's going to be a really awesome thing.
And I promise your audience this. I will bring, and the controller gang will bring, our absolute best when we go against those narcissistic, elitist SOBs on keyboard and mouse. We will die on the battlefield of glory, if anything, when we go up against them for you. I promise you that. I promise you.
Whips, I'm on a 360 quick scope, you controller players. Look, I'm gonna promise I'll bring everything I possibly have, but I am a bot, you guys. So
whatever. Then we'll program you up. You're gonna be Johnny 5 by the time we're done with you. Let me tell you. It's exciting, man. Look, I've taken a little bit of a break from the horror streaming because I feel so passionate about this event. Feel so passionate about bringing together these incredible streamers that we are, which all the links. I'm going to share everybody's link every time I can to make sure that you follow in and supporting your controller gang or keyboard and mouse player. Join the team, whichever team you want. We don't mind at all. And we're going to be guest starring on each other's streams. We're going to be doing TikTok. I mean, you name it. The whole thing's coming down. It's going to be wild.
The networking involved with this is just exciting alone, because joining up in your community, I've met a whole bunch of awesome people so far, and I only want to get more involved. So it's just going to be a lot more fun. How many people are in the tournament? I don't know if we have a limit on it yet or a number on it yet, because the number keeps growing and growing, Whips. So, can you put a number on it, Ply?
I would say to start, it's not necessarily a tournament per se. So what it's going to be, like, I'm just going to give an example because it's still on the drawing room floor, like we're still putting it together. But let's pretend it's night one, and night one is fighting games. So we're going to do Mortal Kombat. So we open up a King of the Hill room, and then there's going to be, you can have 10 people in a King of the Hill room, just for example. So the keyboard and mouse people will send in their 5 best. The controller gang will send in their 5 best. And when controller gang fights keyboard and mouse, whoever wins that match gets a point. So at the end of the predetermined amount of time, say 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever we do for a stream, as we all co-stream it together, that particular input device will win the night. So that's the kind of style. And then the next night, maybe we do not the next day, but like the next evening of events, we do FPS. So we have a split gate room. Or a COD. I know you did that awesome COD charity event a few months ago that I was honored to be a part of with the Strange One.
So much fun, and thank you so much for taking part in it too, because it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, officially that's how we met. That was a really fun time, and I can't thank everyone enough for being involved with that back in September. And we're only going to be doing more events like that, so that was huge, absolutely awesome.
Yeah. And I was so happy Strangewook asked me, and then that's when I started to keep an eye on you, and then I was like, this dude's got something special.
Go Boobs, hell yeah.
And go Boobs too. I mean, I'm never going to say no to that. So, but it was, that was awesome. And so that would be an example of what I'm envisioning, what we're starting to put together with these streamers. So the streamers are coming together to do the promotions, to do the TikToks together, the duets, and then from there, once we have a game plan down, which will happen very shortly, then we'll roll it out to the followers, to the mods, to other people to help and jump on. We'll do streams with them when we can. And everybody will just represent a team, dude, and let's just get it on, dude.
Let's go. That's going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to move on to the next topic here, and I want to talk about games that we stream. You've touched on it a little bit. You primarily play your not so well known games, a lot of horror games. Mm-hmm. You are primarily a horror game streamer.
Yes.
What are your top 5? I would say
all time.
Yes.
Oh gosh, the scariest game the scariest game.
Not scariest. Your top 5 favorite first. Let's do that.
Well, we want to do favorites.
Yes.
Oh boy, favorite all time. Horror games. All right. Well, Resident Evil 2 was unbelievable. The remake and the original.
At Dead of Night?
At Dead of Night was
Queen
fantastic.
says at Dead of Night. I don't even know it. See, the reason I'm asking this, I'm going to let you go on in a second, is I want to broaden my horizons and play more things. And I don't know if I'm going to do it on stream because I'm a sissy, but I want to make a list of these to go back to and give a shot and see what I can do. So, Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 at Dead of Night, which is what PP Poo Poo Queen is mentioning. It's wild, dude. It's basically a full motion video style game where you're stuck in a hotel with a guy who wants to kill you. So it's like The Shining. And around any given corner, he's going to bop you. And so there's a jump scare basically around every corner, no matter what you do. Like, you're so nervous about walking around the corners of this hotel while you're trying to figure out the mystery. And that was an unknown game. And I found it, and the audience loved it. You know, I'm always taking risks. Some of the games suck. You know, these $5 titles sometimes are terrible. But sometimes they're great. And there's a lot of independent developers who don't get a chance to shine with this you know, they don't have the handcuffs of a giant studio telling them artistically what they can or can't do. So some of these ideas they have in some of these games are just amazing. They don't have the funds to make it, well, I mean, the AAA titles we play now, they're not. I mean, Halo's not even done. So I mean,
That's
love
so
Halo,
upsetting. All the games nowadays.
Yeah.
It's,
I appreciate it. I see that comment there. I love meeting legends. So I appreciate it. I like meeting you too. So Resident Evil 2, At Dead of Night, Visage was the scariest normal game I've ever played. I loved it.
Visage.
Loved it. Visage. Takes place in like it looks like a normal 1980s poltergeist house, like from the movie Poltergeist, like one of those cookie cutter houses that there's like 30 of them in a circle, that they pop up in a development on a Native American burial ground. Yeah, it looks like that. Visage was fantastic. Geez, I'm trying to think of what else. It's hard because I play so many. Obviously, I really enjoy games like Devour and Pacify.
I've never heard of a lot of these.
Yeah, they're like $5. Listen, Devour and Pacify with your friends. It's a $5 game. It's 4-player co-op. Preacher hates this game. I don't care. I love it. It's a 4-player co-op where you're stuck in a haunted map with a killer, whether it's a demon lady or a satanic priest or whatever the hell's going on, and you got to sacrifice 10 goats to get rid of the demon while the demon's walking around hunting you. And you know what? Every time this thing catches you, it's a jump scare from hell. The audience loves it. You almost pee your pants. It makes a great show. And they're $5 games, $10 games. And these developers are working hard. They're adding maps. They're adding this. They're adding that. I'm like, these people are fantastic. So play a lot of games like that. And I just played one the other night, I don't know, called Stuffed. I know. Do you like Nazi zombies, by the way?
Okay, so
because I know you play a lot of COD. So
I do play a lot of COD. Okay, so I never got into zombies. Okay, I Wingman, I gotta apologize to you guys too. I'm the biggest sissy you will ever see. I don't play this kind of stuff at all.
Oh man, you're gonna start hanging out with me, baby. We're gonna be like Scooby and Shaggy.
So that's what I'm gonna say. And I wanted to lead into this also, Ply. I will let you pick one game that I will dedicate playing and finishing with you.
Ooh.
So I'll let you surprise the Wingmen and pick this one game to shake things up. And we're gonna start planning this out eventually also.
Okay.
So you don't have to pick it right now, but
yeah.
I don't know if there are a lot of co-op games like that we can do together.
Oh yeah, we got some good ones, baby.
So that's going to be an interesting. Hopefully, if it's okay with you to do a co-stream on and.
Anytime. Your house is my house, baby.
Let's go. Over. I love it.
I don't ever say no.
So. You're gonna. Well, this gonna fuck me up too. I can't believe I'm gonna let you do this, but.
Yeah. Now that I know that you're easily scared too, I got.
Oh my gosh! So we're gonna have some fun with it too, for sure.
The other night I found a game which I'm always on Steam. Like some people are on QVC at 3 a.m. ordering junk or Amazon.
You're on Steam.
I'm on Steam at 3 a.m. like diving through like the subgenres of horror.
Oh
trying
gosh!
To find everything I can. So I found this game the other day, which is Nazi Zombies. It plays just like it. Except you are a teddy bear, and you are your job is to protect the little girl who's sleeping in the bedroom behind you with the door closed.
What?
Against the evil... Yeah, I just put up clips of it on TikTok. And you have to defend the little girl who's sleeping from the nightmares who are trying to wake her up and make her scared. So you have machine guns made out of Crayola crayons. You have grenades made out of popcorn
That sounds
bags.
Awesome, to be honest with you.
It's called Stuffed, and it's got a Build-A-Bear mode where you build your own bear. You can dress them up. You can, and it's Nazi zombies. It's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and there's inflatable sharks that come after you up through the carpet, and there's, robot toys and sock puppets.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome. Arkham, thank you for stopping in. They say that game was fun. So I'm gonna have to check it out. And then aside from the game that I want you to pick for us to play together, I want to put together a list of things I need to try, whether it be on stream or off stream, because I just want to play more things. If I end up on Steam like you are on Steam, my wife's gonna divorce me, but she will not like seeing that credit card bill.
I played 174 different games on stream.
Oh my gosh. Well, no, that's my next question for you. 174 games. Mm-hmm. Do you see any changes in numbers when you play that many different games on stream? Or does it, or so I shouldn't say any change in numbers, but does it affect your stream in terms of like viewer count and stuff like that when you play different games, or because it's built off of that type of genre, does it really matter?
It does sometimes because the games can be so obscure. So when they're so obscure, I get no help.
Arkham, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the Wingman.
So it's really all about the pioneers coming in and making a huge dent and sharing it and liking it, and
that's awesome.
And as much as they can. When I play a AAA horror game like Resident Evil Village, which was my most viewed show of 2021, it'll blow the roof off because I'm known for horror, and then we got a AAA title. It's right in my wheelhouse. You got Lady D swinging all over the place that the whole internet was obsessed with. You got Ply that the whole internet was obsessed with. You put those two things together, you got a huge show. So
that's
it just
awesome.
depends on, you know, and if it's like I said, if it's like that teddy bear game Stuffed, which was so cute, but if it's that, then you know, then I'll get 1,000 people. But if I play Resident Evil and it swings, you get 10,000 people. You know what I mean? So
that's great. Well, and I'm not new to the genre as far as like the horror games go, so I'm not sure what your AAA horror games are versus the smaller indie type games. So there's definitely
would be like Back for Blood.
Okay.
Dying Light, Resident Evil. Dying Light got delayed on me, by the way. It was supposed to be out in December. It was my December main game, so I had to patch together some stuff to, you know, kind of. I usually have my games planned out 60, 90 days in advance, most of them, unless something pops up at me.
I see a lot of people do that, planning games out for streams and stuff, and I'm like, hey, we're playing COD this week.
I just want to show the pioneers the best I can find at any given time, because that's just what I'm known for too. Like, right. I know you're known for COD, so they expect COD most of the time. But I want to find those. If it's a single player walking simulator horror game through a haunted house, the audience goes crazy.
That's interesting.
Like that's like the absolute, you know, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, juiced up sweet spot for me. Single player, story driven, jump scare horror game. They love it.
That's
so.
Whips in Wingman chat wants to know if you've played Poppy Playtime.
I have not, and it is on my wish list. Do you know why I haven't played it yet?
I don't know what it is.
It's a $5 horror title, which looks really cool on Steam.
Okay, but why haven't you played it?
Because it's mouse and keyboard. So, not yet, but it is on my wish list.
Fuck that mouse and keyboard.
I refuse. I can't. It's like drinking Dr. Pepper. It's fucking disgusting.
So I don't want to throw you on blast here, but can you play mouse and keyboard?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I can write a report and send a fax. I know what I'm doing. No, I use mouse and keyboard for a few things. I use mouse and keyboard for StarCraft when I play that once in a while.
I tried when I first played Splitgate, which was a couple weeks after it came out. Yeah. I had to do a tutorial, and the tutorial had to be done on mouse and keyboard. From my memory, I don't know if they've changed it since.
Splitgate, it was all keyboard it was all controller when I played it. By the way, I didn't play Splitgate for 2 years. I played it a couple weeks ago for the first time. I was incredibly impressed.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Did you play Teabag?
Yes.
Oh my God, it's the best game mode I've ever played.
GXO was doing Splitgate customs every Saturday for a while, and I got in on a couple of them. Splitgate was a lot of fun. In my opinion, being used to the FPS games like COD, it was a little slower, but it had a certain entertaining factor with the portals and all that stuff. But that tutorial, bro, when I had to do that on mouse and key, it was so funny. It was late on a Friday night stream, And I'm talking late, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I maybe had 4 people watching me. And thank God.
Sucks. Yeah.
Because I barely could even make it through the tutorial.
That's so funny. Me too. When I first tried it a couple of months ago, because I got called out by Sarah Plays No Games about keyboard and mouse. So that's when I started like playing around with Splitgate, because that was the game that I was being kind of challenged to in the beginning when this whole thing started. And I was like, let me try Splitgate. So I did what you did. I went through the tutorial and I'm like, this game sucks. And I uninstalled it. So then a couple of months later, here comes Menzies. And he's like, hey, play Splitgate with me on Friday night. I'm like, all right, I really like Menzies, so I'm going to try this one more time. And I powered through the tutorial, which sucks. And I got to the actual game and I was like, this is fun as hell. Like, once you get to the game, it was
and it has a lot of different game modes. So maybe you and I can play some Splitgate here sometime soon too, just to throw it back and hang out with everyone as well.
I even bought a battle pass I'll never complete for it. So yeah, I love it.
I never spent any money on it, so
yeah, I'm a sucker. I always get the battle passes, even if I never play them again.
So recently I got my whole PC set up recently, like within the last probably 3 months now, I think. And Mrs. Mav was like, okay, I think we're good on spending for a little while.
Well, good, you're future-proof. That's fantastic.
TK Boom with the raid of 4. Welcome in, Raiders. If you guys do not know who I am, my name is Maverick. Right now it's Bunny Mav, as it is for the whole month of December. Tonight is episode 2 of Fly By With Maverick, season 3, featuring PlyRockNation. And if you guys want to, at any point in time, !PLY, go check him out, Facebook and Twitch. Boom Nation. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. If you have any questions for our guest, feel free to ask. And actually, at that, I think we're going to conclude the first half of this episode and get into some games and hopefully get some funny content from Ply playing some Warzone.
Oh gosh, this is going to be brutal.
Are you ready? That's my question.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. I updated this sucker for you. I downloaded this 90 gigs.
Mrs. Mav with the gifted sub. Thank you, sweetheart. Alrighty, so we're gonna guys, we're gonna pop back over to